You know that feeling when you come home after a long day, tired, hungry, dreaming of nothing but a shower and a quiet night, and someone's parked in your spot? Yeah, that was me. But instead of yelling, instead of leaving a note, I decided to do exactly what the rules said. And when 3 women came outside later, panicking because their car was gone, I realized karma didn't need my help. It just needed a tow truck. If you've ever been disrespected in your own home, or had someone just take what's yours because they thought you wouldn't fight back, you're gonna love this story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and settle in, because this one ends with a parking lesson they won't forget. When I first moved into my apartment complex a few years ago, I thought I'd found a perfect place. Nice layout, quiet neighborhood, and assigned parking. The catch? Guest parking was a joke. 3 buildings, 72 apartments, and only 3 guest spots. 1 for each building. That's it. The rest? Street parking. Good luck finding any after 6 p.m. You might as well park in the next zip code. But hey, I had my assigned spot. Number 47. My little concrete island of guaranteed peace. At least, that's what I thought. It was one of those long days where everything seemed to go wrong. Work had been chaos. The commute was murder. I was running on caffeine in spite. All I wanted was to pull into my space, head upstairs, and pretend the world didn't exist. But when I turned the corner, I froze. There it was. Some random silver SUV parked right in my spot. My spot, the one I paid for. The one I specifically signed for in my lease. At first, I thought maybe I misread the number. Nope. Big white 47, painted right beneath their tires. I could literally feel my blood pressure climbing. My jaw clenched. My hands tightened on the steering wheel. And then the internal debate began. Maybe they'll just be a few minutes. Maybe it's a guest who didn't know. Maybe I'm overreacting. But you know what? No, because the leasing office had been very clear. In fact, they'd encouraged us to call the towing company if someone parked in our spot. The number was in our move-in packet, and in follow-up emails, they practically said, "See a car in your space? Call." Immediately. So that's what I did. I called the towing company, gave them the make, model, and plate number, and they said they'd send someone out right away. And I have to admit, as soon as I hung up, I felt this little spark of satisfaction. Not full-blown revenge yet, just the quiet kind where you know justice is in motion. While I waited, I sat in my car for a minute, imagining the look on the driver's face when they came back. Would they be confused, angry, embarrassed? Part of me hoped for all 3. After about 40 minutes, I went inside, made myself a sandwich, tried to unwind. But curiosity got the better of me. When I stepped back outside, the SUV was gone. Victory. Clean. Simple. Legal. But I wasn't the only one out there. On the sidewalk stood 3 women. Different generations, same frantic energy. A grandmother, a mother, and a daughter who looked about 20. The daughter was pacing, panic written all over her face. "Oh my God, where's my car? Where's my car? I have to be at work in an hour." The mom looked around helplessly, muttering something about calling the police. When they saw me come out, the grandmother asked, "Excuse me, do you happen to know the number for the towing company?" I could feel this weird mix of guilt and satisfaction bubbling up inside me. I mean, yeah, I knew the number. I had it saved in my phone. Actually, but the truth was, I didn't owe them that information. They parked where they shouldn't have. It was posted. It was numbered. It was obvious. So I smiled politely and said, "Sorry, I don't know. Good luck, though." Then I walked to my mailbox like it was just another day. Checked my letters. Calm, unbothered. And inside, I felt a strange, delicious calm settle over me. The kind you only feel when the universe actually sides with you for once. As I walked back to my apartment, I thought about how many times I'd let people walk over me before. Co-workers taking credit, friends flaking, strangers cutting in line. I'd always just let it slide, because I didn't want to make a scene. But this time, this tiny, petty, absolutely justified act of revenge, it felt like standing up for every little moment I'd swallowed my pride. Sometimes karma just needs a phone call. Later that night, when the chaos outside had died down, I pulled my car neatly back into my rightful spot. It felt symbolic, like putting the last puzzle piece back where it belonged. As I shut the engine off, I looked around. The street was quiet. The guest parking was full, as usual, but stall 47? Taken back. Restored. And yeah, maybe it was petty. Maybe it was small. But man, it was satisfying. The image of that girl panicking about her towed car replayed in my head all evening. Not because I enjoyed her stress, but because she learned a lesson every apartment dweller eventually learns. Respect people's spaces. Those white painted numbers aren't suggestions. They're boundaries. And when people cross boundaries, sometimes the world responds in a way that makes them finally pay attention. That tow truck wasn't just hauling away a car. It was hauling away every ounce of entitlement that came with it. Sometimes revenge doesn't need to be loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's just a quiet call to the right number. And sometimes justice sounds exactly like a tow truck's winch in the distance. If this story gave you that same spark of satisfaction, go ahead and smash that like button. Tell me in the comments, have you ever had someone park in your spot? What did you do? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of justice, karma, and sweet, sweet revenge. Because sometimes the rules are the best weapon of all.